Well, how's it going, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the wrestling news on December 20th for you all today, where we're going to be talking about the wildest and intriguing news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know from the Sportskeeda wrestling article. Start things off today with former WWE World Champion celebrates 10 years, says friendship with Chad Gable means everything. And the 2012 Olympian is a, a bona fide future main event talent, according to a certain WWE superstar who deeply respects and shares uh, their friendship. The mystery, the mystery man is none other than the one he iconically lifted at WrestleMania 39 for the Chaos Theory, and that is none other than Braun Strowman. The monster of all monsters, is celebrating 10 years since wrestling his first match. He took to social media, reflecting on the bout and the man he shared the ring with. Chad Gable, the two have since worked together in World Wrestling Entertainment several times. Taken to Instagram, Braun Strowman pinned a long, heartfelt note about his highs and lows over the last decade and his friendship with Chad Gable. He called the 38-year-old for the best human being in their locker room, and also acknowledge that iconic WrestleMania 39 spot. He he said, 10 years ago, the internet is telling me I had my first ever wrestling match ever, in front of a crowd, a small Jacksonville armory crowd, and what would start one hell of a decade in WWE. It's wild to think how how much had happened since then, so many ups, so many downs, and everywhere in between. One thing has always stayed the same since day one from me, and that's the friendship I have with like the friendship that I have with oh, yeah, friendship I have been able to have grow with Chad Gable. We are OG WWE Performance Center. We have treaded it treaded it through the sands of time in his crazy business, and Chaz has always been one of it, not the best humans in the locker room and on earth. And then, yeah, and Strowman also took time out to thank his fans, and noted that a pleasure had been for him to perform to them day in and day out, like and he also hoped to be around for another 10 years, to entertain them. He added on the post, it's been a such a pleasure to entertain my fans for such a long time, and we still have so much more to do. In explanation, here here's to 10 more freaking years, and cheers to Chad Gable for all the crazy bumps you've taken for me, and Dix for thanks for not killing me, in a funny manner, hitting the most insane chaos theory in the history of the business, in double explanation. And what are your thoughts on this message that Braun Strowman celebrating 10 years of being in the business? And I can't believe, yeah, it's been that long. And about a year later, it's about to be a whole decade when he made his main roster debut, when he helped out his wife family, his then future wife family brothers, Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt, which two of those wrestlers that sadly passed away in recent years, which that's very unfortunately uh, unfortunately heartbreaking. I guess you could. I guess I could put it that way, which I think everybody would agree on me on that, because either way how you put it, it was very sad to lose them at an early age, in early years. And they were roughly in their prime, and that's when they passed. They were just getting started of being in the best runs in their respective careers, in the wrestling industry. But yeah, but again, I know I said this plenty of times. I did say for the last time, but I'm gonna mean it this time. I want to send all my condolences to them, to and their family and friends at this very unfortunate time. But yeah, what are your thoughts? And also including Braun Strowman and Luke Harper, not to mention. But yeah, well, what are your thoughts on to Ch- Chad with Braun Strowman? Thanking Chad Gable into him celebrating the whole decade of being in this business. Yeah, let me know about that down below, and let's move on to the next slide. Let's a ton of heat after producing Otis match. Okay, come on. Oh, there it is. Otis has competed in more matches than 500 matches since joining. How he received backstage heat after producing one of Otis's bouts. Richards briefly worked as a producer, when Otis was part of the WWE's NXT days, in developmental system, the former right right to uh, censor leader spoke to the 2020 Money in the Bank winner and his opponent before the match. However, he did not give them strict instructions. Let me say that with a capital plural, on the Stevie Richards. Yeah, said NXT higher ups were unhappy because they wanted the match. They wanted they wanted the matches to be more scripted, and he explains, I uh, I uh, I agented I a- I agented a match with not call the spots to them earpiece I not yeah I threw the referee's earpiece and everybody got mad at me and you know what they did in question. They had a solid match. Otis joined WWE's main roster in 2019 and is widely viewed as one of the company's most entertaining superstars. He is currently a member of the Alpha Academy alongside Akira Tozawa and Maxine Dupree. What are your thoughts on Stevie Richards' revelation of his time being a backstage producer in that year of 2016? And again, do you think that he made a huge blunder? Even though the match was pretty good, despite it, I should say, but or do you think he should have done it anyways? Which I think you couldn't really blame the higher ups, for getting very disappointed and being very upset about him. But I mean, he made a huge, a little honest mistake, but now, I think, yeah, Stevie Richards, understands why they got mad now, but and it's probably going to be learning to the director, wrestlers, and the referees on how to do the match, in their script to how to what's that to do the match how it was supposed to be in their debut matches, their debut match respectively, with them in the ring against each other, of course, whoever the guy Otis was fighting. But yeah, let's move on to the next slide. We got Richard defends his handling of Otis with WWE match. Almost every full-time Raw and SmackDown star came through WWE's NXT system before moving to the main roster. According to Steve, guess what? In question, everybody had the same match. Dare I say it? There were super kicks, DDTs, same apron spots, going to the outside, and Otis, and that guy, in my estimation, had the best match of the night, which probably there had been heat too, but I was unwilling to compromise what I was taught, to pass along to them and just stand there and have somebody who doesn't know more than me tell me how this is supposed to go. In another recent video, Richards explained why a tag team was released shortly after facing Kane and The Undertaker. Well, what are your thoughts on on to this on to, what's his name? Stevie Richards, that's what his name is. What are your thoughts on with him explaining what could be the reason, which is likely probably is in his book. Reason why did he got heat in the first place? Let me know in the comment section right down below. But yeah, I think that he's gonna be like they're gonna learn now like why it's important to direct the wrestlers to use to do certain move sets in certain spots, so it won't be duplicating what it won't duplicate what the other wrestlers are planning on doing in later on in that night. And I believe like once he becomes a producer at a wrestling company, he's gonna learn how learn all the importance of that. Yeah. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about some Kevin Owens news up next. Like we got it says right here that the Godfather compares himself to WWE icon ahead of SmackDown. And we got Kevin Owens compared is no is icons, I should say, capital capital plural. That it says right here that Kevin Owens compared to WWE icon ahead of tonight's episode of the Blue Brand, and the upcoming edition of SmackDown was taped last week, like at the Ford at the 40th at the 40 Center, like in Hartford, Connecticut, and it says right here that it says Cody Rhodes defeated Kevin Owens to retain the undisputed WWE Championship at Saturday night's main event. However, Kevin Owens brutally attacked the American Nightmare, like, and hit him with the package pile driver after the bout. The prize fighter also stole the Winged Eagle title, like from Rhodes, and took to social media today to compare himself to wrestling icons of the likes of Andre the Giant and Macho Man Randy Savage. Owens shared an image of himself along with the two legends, like holding the Winged Eagle title, like ahead of tonight's episode of SmackDown. When they held the Winged Eagle Championship, right on your right, I believe, yeah, your left. I mean, yeah. But yeah, the 40-year-old like invaded like WWE headquarters like early this week, like as the company has been like promoting like WWE's debut on Netflix like next month. Like Owens like taped taped in an image of himself over a poster of Rhodes before he was escorted out of the building. And it says right here that former WWE writer criticized the company for not showing Kevin Owens' attack on TV. But before we get into that, I want to ask you, I want to ask you this question right here. Like, what are your thoughts on Kevin Owens like doing this? And do you think he's like the modern day Macho Man Randy Savage and Andre the Giant? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. I'd say, in a way, when it comes to, I'd say I'll give him the Macho Man Randy Savage. Like with WWE trying to make Rhodes, I'd say maybe this is a bad comparison, but like making Cody Rhodes the what's it called of this story the what's his name the Hulk Hogan, yeah, the Immortal, while Kevin Owens is the Macho Man of the storyline, like with him like accusing him for betraying him, but only for Hulk Hogan, and not trying to, but at the same time, like it does seem like it to Macho Man. But that's like that with Kevin Owens, with him assuming that he's helping Roman Reigns, but he only was doing it for one night only to end this reign of terror of him thinking he's the tribal chief. It was only a matter of time for him to chase after the WWE Championship. And it's kind of similar when Macho Man did, like with Hulk Hogan, with him assuming that he's having an affair with his wife, Miss Elizabeth, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is kind of similar to that, like if you know what I mean, like with the similarities. So I wouldn't really argue at the prize fight of Kevin Owens onto that one, but I'm not sure about Andre though, not because of his size. Like unless you want to see like if him being like a very brutal heel like him, like an attack with him like attacking Hulk Hogan, and when Hulk Hogan was supposed to be the American hero babyface, which that's what WWE finally have in Cody Rhodes. Like he's that kind of character that they've been trying to do for years. I mean, it kind of worked for Hulk Hogan at first, but everybody got grown stale of it, like over the years with him taking spots and names like that, trying to main event WrestleMania and become the face of the company. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm just saying what's the facts, not trying to criticize the man, like because he even had my parents entertained when they were watching as kids in that era. But right now I'm just gonna move on to the next slide. But yeah, like one thing I would say, I want to thank him for that, for entertaining my parents, like when they were watching when they were kids, like respectively, and watching it on TV on NBC when it was like free TV and you have to pay subscriptions every month, which they were so lucky for that when WrestleMania was free. Like it was like the Super Bowl of pro wrestling. Yeah. But anyways, let's move on. Like we got the former W writer and W wrestling legend like Vince Russo recently took the Stanford-based promotion to task for not showing Kevin Owens' attack on Cody Rhodes during Saturday night's main event. And Owens went after Rhodes following the bout and sent the champion like out of the arena in a ambulance. Like the veteran like also got into a shoving match like with Triple H following like his actions, like, but that was not shown on television like either. And it says, speaking on his Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw, like Vince Russo, Vince Russo said that Saturday night's main event was a disappointment, like, and the company should have had Owens attack taking place like during the show. And he explains, so bro, like we have a Saturday night's main event, like which was a total disappointment. No way they got new viewers from that show. Like they got off the air without showing the best part, which was Kevin Owens turning on Cody Rhodes, which he already have. We meant to say attacking, like, but on him. After the match, like the show ended like with a period at the end of the sentence, like in all these these shenanigans like took place place on social media. The rivalry between like Owens and Rhodes appeared to be far from over. It would be fascinating to see what WWE has planned, like for the storyline, like following Kevin Owens's heinous attack this past Saturday at SNME. And what are your thoughts on Vince Russo's opinion about the show? Like not only the match, but overall, which he called it a disappointment show. I should rephrase that, but I don't think the whole show was disappointment. I think the only thing that was disappointing was the end of the show, which I can agree with him on that. But tell me if you agree as well, or do you disagree? And it was probably best for them to show me to make it look a little like legit, but still like it does look like if it's just was a shoot and we have that feel, even though most of us know that it's not a shoot and it work. Like it's just them fighting each other. It's all part of the rivalry. They're just doing that just to make this main event feud more entertaining, which it's working. Like, but maybe like Vince Russo's right on one thing about what he said. Like, he should have showed it on TV, like when it was live on the air, like with Cody Rhodes celebrating Mahoney getting attacked by Kevin Owens, get package pile driver by the prize fight. He steals the WWE championship and then leaves the well, not the active one, the former active, like the childhood favorite championship growing up as a kid. Like with him, like watching the older guys, like them fighting for this belt. Like, but I mean, it is what it turned out to be. But yeah, let me know in the comment section right down below. But yeah, I think he has a point, except for saying the whole show, because the whole show was not a disappointment. Like we got some very entertaining match, even though it was kind of predictable, but that's kind of the whole point. Like, to get us something like if we're not gonna have a pay, we might as well have some kind of a special comes on both simulcasted on NBC, on both simulcasted on NBC and Peacock. At least for those in America, or like wherever you get your broadcast and subscriptions from. Yeah, like we're watching it from a streaming platform, or even on your television channel, like outside of the United States. Well, let's move on. We got Triple H to talk about. Like, let's see. It says Triple H to be forced to send a WWR amid recent book exploring the potential. Triple H has been doing an excellent job at the helm of WWE creative for the